Now, first of all, I'll tell you what, is this as good as it gets or what? Rick Wright, is this as good as it gets? What is it? It's 9:35. We're getting them off the field. We're going to go up there and feed them a little bit. They're back here at 6:30 in the morning. Man, we're spoiling them, aren't we? That's as good as it gets. Beautiful Wednesday night, late March. We got them out here, just nothing but football. But I really appreciate their effort. This schedule's not the easiest, but it's something we have to do. And I'm appreciative of these players and these coaches. We've got Jason Lensmeyer's wife's due at any second with their first child. He's out here. He'll be here in the morning. So I appreciate everyone's effort. It's good to put those pads on. Guys knocking each other around a little bit. So, more than anything, I just appreciate the effort of this entire organization.
Do you notice any more spunk in them when they have the pads on? They feel more like football players?
Yeah, I noticed it with the coaches. I think everybody's excited. We've been around these kids an awful lot. We were able last Saturday to finally add a football to the mix. Tonight we were able to put pads on. So I think everybody's energized by that. And, it's just good to be out here and hear some collisions and hear some guys having some fun. So it's a start.
Coach, have you learned anything about them in the last?
Yeah, I learned that they, what I've learned, probably the biggest thing, man, they want to please. They want to please. It's not been a perfect process. There's been some bumps in the road. I don't want to mislead anyone. It's kind of a transition, probably a pretty dramatic transition for these guys. But by and large, I can say they want to please. They want to please. They want to do right. And they want to get this thing turned around. And that's a start right there.
Any idea how long it might take to really draw a beat on the talent level?
You know what? The talent level is going to be what the talent level is. Last I noticed, we can't get involved in any of these free agencies like the NFL. I don't think we can get Tebow to come in here, can we? So, the talent level is what the talent level is, and we're going to coach each guy the same, whether he's the first team or the third team or scholarship or walk-on. We're going to coach them all exactly the same. And, the bottom line, they're our guys. And the next guy in, the expectations for that position aren't going to change. So doesn't matter what our numbers are, doesn't matter what our talent level is. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us, I promise you that.
But you said from the time you walk on the field till this process is over the sprint, you're going to be evaluated. So what have you evaluated at this point?
What? So much of our evaluation comes off tape, to be quite honest. I think the first thing we're evaluating is, from a schematic standpoint, those guys that can really help us on special teams. The first thing we talk about is special teams. A lot of our drills, a lot of our competition drills out here are special teams oriented starting out. So that's the first foundation. And I'm not talking about the punter and kicker and snapper. I'm talking about guys that can cover, guys that can block kicks, guys that can run down and make plays on the punt, all those kind of things. So we spent a lot of time just evaluating individual guys and individual skills and, trying to find out what we have. Okay?
The one-on-one drill, what's the purpose? What are you trying to do?
Which one?
The one-on-one.
Starting practice?
Yeah.
You mean the very first thing we do in practice, as soon as we're done stretching?
When they circle and they go
Yeah,
at each other.
I've always, all the way back to when I first started coaching in 1977 at the University of Pittsburgh. Jackie Sherrill was the head coach. It was his first head coaching job. He was 32 years old. Jimmy Johnson was the defensive coordinator. My first experience in college football, every day we had the pads on, we started out with that entire team in a circle. We called a couple guys out, and we just went one-on-one. And we had guys competing. That's how we're in pads for a reason. So we get that football team in a circle, and we just kind of watch each other compete. And I think it's a good way to set the tempo for practice.
So it's competitive, it's intense.
Yeah, and it's fun. That's
Yeah,
what guys
enjoy
want
it.
to do.
Yeah.
That's what guys want to do. So that goes back to Jimmy Johnson in 1977, and it's been something I look forward to. It's fun. It's been a while since I did that.